Yo, what's good, everybody? It's Austin here, or Luna. So today's story time I'm about to tell you guys today is definitely just a little bit of everything, man. Definitely pretty funny, definitely pretty crazy, pretty stupid. And I thought you guys would enjoy it. So if you do enjoy this, please leave a like on the video and let's jump into it. So today's story time all takes place the first couple months of 10th grade. Now, around this time, I wasn't the best kid. I think we all know this by now. But yeah, I was especially annoying around this time for a couple reasons. One, I was not excited about starting a new year in high school. Around this time was like when I was nearing, quitting and dropping out. So yeah, I was very fed up with school, not gonna lie. I also had been getting into a lot of arguments with like my brothers and my family and stuff at home. So I was kind of being extra, just annoying and a little bit rebellious, I would say. And this all starts off like a normal day back then. I had just gotten home from school and I was in my room laying on my bed, just scrolling Twitter on my phone, right? Just doing nothing. And I wanted to do something. I did not want to be cooped up all day, just sitting there at home. But there was a problem. I was grounded at this time. Yeah, my mom grounded me like a week prior because she caught me sneaking out. So my dumbass thought, okay, well, I'm grounded. I may as well just sneak out again. Who cares, right? So I started texting some friends of mine. I was texting all my friends. I was like, yo, what are you up to today? Yo, what are you doing? Yo, you want to hang out? And I was able to form a little group, right? Everyone wanted to go hang out together at the mall. But before we went to the mall, one of my buddies wanted to meet up and smoke together. Now, at this time, I actually wasn't smoking. I was on a complete break because every time I smoked, it gave me panic attacks. So I didn't want to smoke weed. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm just going to watch you guys. I'm not going to smoke. But then when we got to the park and all met up and, everybody started smoking, I don't know why, but I just felt the urge to try it again. And at this point, like I said, I hadn't smoked in, probably over a month. So I had no tolerance, right? So I take one rip of this bowl, and as soon as I do, I immediately feel it, which is almost never what happens, right? So I thought to myself, like, oh shit, like I gotta take it easy today. Like I have no tolerance to this shit anymore. And then when it came back around to me, I took another hit, and then I really felt it, and I was like, all right, that'll be the last one. And it came back around to me again, and I was like, yeah, I could probably handle one more, and I hit it. And then it came back to me again, and I just kept hitting it. I don't know why, dude. To this day, I literally told myself back then, I should probably stop, but I just didn't. I don't know, maybe I was afraid of, being perceived as, weak or something, but I don't know, man. I just kept hitting it. I think my actual thought process was oh, I don't really feel like I'm freaking out yet, so I could probably handle more. But let me tell you, after that fourth or fifth hit, however many it was, your boy started to freak out a little bit. The anxiety started to begin, I would say. And I remember walking into one of the park bathrooms after we got done smoking, and I looked in the mirror, and my eyes were just full bloodshot, the reddest they've ever been. And I just started smiling at myself in the mirror like a fucking goober, and I was just like, damn, bro, I think I overdid it. After this, I left the bathroom, went out to my friends. We were all just sitting at this picnic table at this park, just talking, chatting shit, having fun, right? And then we all decided to go to the mall. So we all got up, we walked over to the mall. It was a 10-minute walk, not far at all. Got to the mall, went inside, and we're all just roaming around high as fuck, staring at stores, just aimlessly wandering, right? And after wandering for about 15 minutes, we get to the food court. And my one buddy, let's call him Jeff. Jeff was like, yo, I want froyo. And I was like, oh, dude, that's a good idea. Just stoned. And Jeff's like, anyone else want some? And all of my friends, literally everybody was like, yeah. So we got in line to get froyo. And after about a minute or so of waiting, we got up there, we ordered, and within 10 minutes, we all had frozen yogurt. And we were sitting at a table, just fried, spooning down frozen yogurt, just very obviously stoned, right? Now, I completely forgot, but around this time, my mall started doing curfew. The mall that we were at every weekend had curfew all day. So if you weren't 17 or above, you had to leave or be accompanied by a guardian. And on weekdays, it was after, I believe, 5 or 6 p.m., they started doing curfew. So you had to be 17 or older. And yeah, while we're sitting at this table, just all way too fried, a security guard walks up to the table. And he goes, hey, can I see your guys' IDs? And we're all like, huh? And he's like, there's a curfew, you guys need to be 17 or above. And I kind of start shitting myself, right? I'm way too high, I'm paranoid, and I'm looking at all my friends, and they're looking at me. And my one friend, Jeff, the one that I was talking about, the froyo man, he speaks up. He's like, I'm 17, which was true. He was actually 17. But the security guard didn't give a shit, and I guess the curfew worked a little bit differently than we thought. So Jeff could be 17 and be there alone, but he couldn't like claim us, as his. Like he couldn't be our guardians because he wasn't an adult. And that's what the security basically said. He was like, yeah, like you can stay if you want, but you can't vouch for your boys here. Like, they're not 17 and they're not your kids, so you can't claim them as you being the guardian. And Jeff's like, come on, man, like, just let us stay. Like, we're not causing any problems. We're just, like, chilling here eating frozen yogurt. And the security guard's like, I'm sorry, guys, but you guys got to get moving. I'll let you finish your frozen yogurt, but as soon as you're done, you guys got to leave out those exit doors. And he pointed to the food court exit. And we're all like, all right, man. And he turns around and he walks away. Now, as soon as he's out of sight, it's like we snapped back into just being stupid stoners. Because as soon as that guy was out of sight, Jeff takes a scoop of his yogurt, like, bends the spoon back like a slingshot, and just smacks me in the face with his yogurt. Smacks me in the face with his yogurt. That sounded kind of fucking weird. But anyway, yeah, he hit me in the face with the froyo off the spoon. And I was like, yo, why would you do that? And he's like, what are you gonna do about it? So naturally, I take a big ass spoonful of mine and I fling it back at him and I hit him right in the fucking head. Well, before I know it, everybody at our table is having a full-blown yogurt fight in the food court. And I'm telling you, bro, if we weren't as high as we were, this would have never happened. Like, I can't stand food getting on my clothes, and I don't think anyone at the table would want that either. So the fact that, like, everyone was just, like, throwing this shit at each other with no care in the world, like, it was just a testament to how unbelievably out of it we were, right? Well, next thing I know, I hear someone yell, hey, stop it! And everybody just freezes. And we all look to our left from where the voice came from. And sure enough, we see the security guard coming back towards us. That same security guard that told us to leave in a little bit, right? I don't know why he was back in the food court. Like, we literally saw him leave and go a different direction, but he's back, right? Now, as soon as he gets up to our table, he's like, all right, everyone get up. Come with me to the security office. I'm taking your photos. You're getting banned from the mall. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Do I think we deserved some type of punishment for throwing yogurt at each other at the table and getting the table messy? Yeah, I do. Maybe like, a couple weeks of a suspension or like a month suspension from the mall. But like banning us from the mall permanently over that sounded kind of crazy to me. And my friends all had the same kind of opinion because we all looked at each other with like that face of like, yo, what? Now at this point, we had two choices. We get up, we follow him to the security office, we get our little mall mugshots taken, and then we get banned from the mall, right? Or number two, we all get up and run, and we get out that exit, and we just run away. And I don't know how, but it's like everybody was on the same page. Because as soon as everyone stood up to, quote unquote, follow the security guard to the office, we all looked at each other and gave each other like a smile. And Jeff and me just took off running, and everyone else followed. Now, we tried to run to the food court exit, but the security guard knew we were going to do that when we took off running. So he like kind of got in the way of it. So we had to turn around and then run all the way to the left, like to the very left exit of the mall. So we had to run all the way down past a bunch of stores, and we got to the very end, ran out the exit. And when I turned around, like when we were leaving out the exit to see if that security guard was behind us, that dude, I shit you not, was like 80 feet behind us. Like we outran him so fucking bad. It was actually insane. But we got out of there and we ran through the parking lot, and while we're running, Jeff's just like, dude, he's so far away. Like, holy shit. Like he's just laughing, and we're all laughing. And we ended up running all the way back to that park. Now, upon getting there, we sat back down at the same exact picnic table we were at before, and we all just like caught our breath and laughed about what just happened. But after we had a nice laugh for a little bit, one of my friends, not Jeff, a different one, he goes, yo, like, do you think that guy called the cops on us? And then immediately everyone goes from laughing to like pure just terror and anxiety. And we're like, oh shit. And I was like, nah, probably not, man. We're probably good. And then right after I said that, we hear a siren. And it's a cop car coming down the street. And I'm like, oh no, like they called the cops. And we take off running from this picnic table. We ran all the way to the very back of the park and hid behind some trees. And guess what? The cop car drives right by the park. Like sirens on, speeds right by, does not stop at the park at all. Like very clearly not there for us. Like the cops did not get called on us. So after that, we left the trees where we were hiding and we went back to that picnic table, and we spent like an hour just sitting there laughing again about what happened and just, talking shit, having fun. And that was the extent of it, man. We ended up just going home after this, and we stayed away from the mall for quite a while. I did not go back for a very long time because I was very paranoid. I actually went to a different mall for a while because like in my area, we had like 2 or 3 malls. So like it didn't really matter if we didn't have to go to one for a while. And yeah, so we just avoided it for quite a bit. And then like some months later, we went back. And that security guard still worked there, but every time we were there, we just avoid him because he worked in the food court mainly. So we just wouldn't go to the food court. And if we did, like we'd send one at a time and like put our hoods up and shit. And we just wouldn't go when there was curfew. But yeah, man, all around just a crazy, kind of funny situation. And yeah, man, that is the story of how me and my friends got too high and got ourselves chased by security. Moral of the story is, don't be like me and my friends back then. Just don't. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this story time. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below. And subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys later. Peace.
I be fully loaded, I be whipping foreign cars. Always stay